Hey, Sir Fix-a-Lot here. I've got a 1990 through 97 Mazda Miata top, so this is an NA top. Pulled it off out of a wrecking yard, and the back window is a little faded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and then replace it with some vinyl. Now, this is a Robbins top. I could take this whole piece out, undo some of the rivets here, and then take out that entire piece and replace it. That's about $250 just for the unit itself, and then I'd have to rivet that back in. I'm going to try just replacing the window for now. Obviously, if that doesn't work, I'm going to go to replacing that entire rear panel piece. Alright, items that you're going to need: cardboard boxes. I picked these up from a local bike shop. I'm going to use those as a backing for the cutting, as well as when I'm applying the vinyl window. Then these are the other pieces. Obviously some sort of a sharp utility knife. This is from vinylfabric.com LLC. This is a 40 gauge clear marine vinyl. I'll show that to you in a second. And then last is this vinyl cement. It's by RH Products. It's an HH-66. You can buy this on eBay or Amazon. Okay, here's the back window cut out. Remember, we're going to extend this about 3/4 of an inch out with the new window all the way around. Here is the back frame with the window cut out, and then the edges were, I used actually a Dremel with a sander on it to take it down, make sure it's all smooth all the way around. I did have some cracks here, so I have glued them, and I'm going to let them dry and then re-sand them. I'll apply glue again if it needs it in order to make it smooth. So anyway, once that's done, then you can lay on the new vinyl window. So now I've got the top outside, and it's, the back part is propped up on a box that I got from a local bike shop. I have to do this off the car because I have a roll bar, and this would be impossible to do with the roll bar in place. So wanted to show you this 3M dust channeling kind of sandpaper block. It's like a sponge, and this works out really well because it has kind of square edges, and then you'll be able to get that 3/4 inch rim all the way around the top itself. With the Robbins top, it basically tucks under here when it's in place. So the waterproofing all around here and here down the side, not that critical. I mean, you want to definitely have good adhesion, so you just want to get this thing sanded fairly well, but don't go overboard. The lower section down here is probably the most important because that's exposed to moisture. It doesn't have this kind of apron over it. And this one, it's pretty hard to get water into it because the way this one's designed is we're going to be placing the new plastic window on the outside, right? So it's going to sit on top of this. So water would actually have to go upwards, fighting gravity to get into the car. So anyway, you just want to have a good seal over here. This is let's see if we can get a focus on the rear window. This is the old one here, and then this is the new 40 gauge plastic vinyl. What you'll want to do is take an outline with a dry erase marker, not a Sharpie, but a dry erase marker all the way around, and then create a 3/4 inch gap, and then freehand a line all the way out here, and then cut it out, cut the plastic basically to that line, and then Okay, here's the 40 gauge clear vinyl, and what was done was I used the old window as a template for this inside line. There's two lines here, there's an inner and an outer line, and the inner line I used the old window, drew all the way around it, made a 3/4 inch gap, and then made an outer line and then cut it, and so now I have the window completely ready to go. One marking, the inner line, is actually made on the outside of the window, and then I flipped it over and then made this this outer line. So basically this is how it's going to go onto the top. I've got it kind of marked as out here and then pointing upwards also. So this is how it's going to go on. I'm going to sand the edges on the inside here, just to get those dull with that sanding block, and then apply the HH66 vinyl cement and then lay it on. So what I'll do is I'll do half the window first, and then the other half after maybe 2 hours. Okay, so take a look at this. I've test fitted this on here. You can kind of see the inner line, and just line that up with the inside. Go ahead and mark like an ending point where you want the glue to end. So I'm going to glue from here all the way around to this point here, and it's the same thing. I put a little dot on the top in order to match that, so I'm going to also apply glue on the top. So it's this inside edge and then also on the top that you want to place that glue. Lay it down, put the cardboard strips on, and then bricks. This is the second half. I glued it all the way up to here and up to here. So this is the second half. I'm gonna lay down glue not only on this surface here, but also all along here. And then flip this over and glue it into place. Trying to guide it from this point here all the way out to the edge here. And then it should work just fine. Okay, so you can see that you put cardboard down first, and then you place these bricks up on top all the way around in order to give it some bracing. This side has been done already. It's stuck pretty well. So once you complete that, then you can go ahead and assemble the top onto the car. So to get to the top, you have to bring the top back just a little bit here, kind of like this. Well, not all the way down. But anyway, you got to remove this piece here. There's a screw that goes in here, and there's one here. Once that's off, this panel has to come off. So if you have a hardtop bracket, remove that with Phillips head screwdriver, and then there's a couple of these 10 millimeters that are bolted in here. There's also on the inside for this tower over here, you're going to have to use one of these picks in order to get the fastener off. I use this little hook to get one of these plastic rivets out. It's located right here. Once you have all those out, then you can remove the panel. So it's this one here, and you got to remove this one here. So this one, you just take the weather strip off here, pull it down, and then kind of wiggle this basically past the, you got to rotate it out this way, and then it comes up and out. So now you have access here. There's on the top there's one connector that's like way up here in the front, and you have to take that off with one of these. And then the rest, I think, are 10mm bolts going all the way around. This might be a little bit hard to see, but I basically pulled this fastener out of this, and then this actually has the loop in here, and then this ties into the very front of the rain rail. Sorry for the handheld, but now you got to take out, put the top back up and take out each one of these all the way around, and that'll expose the rain rail and then the brace behind the rain rail, or in front of the rain rail, sorry. Okay, again, I apologize for the handheld, but once you have the carpet pulled away, there are these 10mm nuts all the way around, and they hold on a rail that sandwiches in the, I guess the rain channel, or the rain rail they call it. So once you undo these, take off those metal brackets, then pull the top away from the back here. You can do that by getting to the bolts over here on the side, over here, getting those three undone. There's one down here that's really hard to get to, especially if you have a roll bar in place. There's a through hole here. If you didn't have the roll bar, it's pretty easy to get to, but since the roll bar is there, it's going to be tough. And then the other two are here. These are 12mm. Once you get these out, you can actually pull the top forward a little bit, and then that'll release, that'll give you more room back here to release the rain rail. Alright, there's 3 holes over there on the other side, 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 that hold in the top, so you're gonna have to remove those. They're 12mm on that side as well as on the near side here. And then you can pull the top a little bit forward and then leave the rain rail in if it's in good shape, and then just remove the top. Alright, again, apologize for the handheld. You're starting to pull away the top. You can kind of see that the rain rail here is in good shape. As long as it has no cracks or holes, you can just kind of leave it in there. Again, this top sandwiches in between the rain rail and then mounts to the stud. So once you sandwich it back in, then you close it back up, and then you put those metal braces back on. But now basically the top's ready to remove. You can see that it's loose here. Just get an assistant to help you change the top from this one to the next. Alright, this is the new top on the car. Came out pretty nice. Clear, and it's also very tight.